Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zang here, and today I've got another VGC 14 battle for you guys from the May International Challenge, since you guys are awesome and hit 500 likes on last time's video, so let's aim for another 500 on this video to support daily uploads. Anyway, like I said, I'm kind of going through all my International Challenge battles, a lot of them obviously featuring Miltank and Alamomola, and this is one of the last battles I had that I saved, and it was a lot of fun. You'll see Talonflame, Mega Lucario, Miltank, and Zapdos. My opponent's team is Klutzer, Rotom Heat, Garchomp, and Mienshao. So without further ado, let's get right into the battle. Now, I think one weakness that I had, that the team had really as a whole, was a lack of speed control. I used some relatively slow Pokemon, or in that awkward speed tier like Zapdos and Hydreigon, which are pretty fast but get outsped by Pokemon like Mienshao and Garchomp. So I knew that was an issue for me. Fortunately, Mega Lucario is really fast, but it's also really frail. It really feints any super effective hits. So I lead with Lucario and Talonflame here. Not the best of leads for me, and I don't want the Lucario to take, say, an Earthquake on the first turn. So I'm going to Mega Evolve to get the speed boost for following turns, but I'm also going to Protect to ensure that I take no damage with Lucario. Now, by switching in Miltank from Talonflame, I ensure that Talonflame stays alive for the rest of the game, at least when I need it to, because I can't just let it faint to a Rock Slide right now. I was also trying to bait the Fake Out onto it. As you see here, that's exactly what happened, so I'm really happy when that happened, because I basically broke a potential Focus Sash on the Mienshao. But you'll see my opponent's Garchomp actually goes for an Earthquake. A really risky play. It's one that definitely could have worked out, but fortunately I didn't get walked into it. Now, this next turn I make kind of a misplay with both of my Pokemon. I know that Lucario has a small chance of one-hit KO Garchomp with the close combat, but it's a very small chance, so I should have definitely Helping Handed and close combated. As a result, because I target the Garchomp, not only do I not KO it, but Mienshao is actually able to KO me with a low sweep as well. So I'm suddenly down 4-3, and I'm pretty frustrated because that turn should have gone a lot better. He's also going to get a full-powered Rock Slide off onto Miltank. Miltank takes that pretty well, and I do get a Milk Drink up. I think I probably should have went for a Seismic Toss here onto the Mienshao, just because obviously Mienshao is a big threat, but I think I was anticipating being able to survive a low sweep, and the Mienshao feigning to Rocky Helmet damage, actually. So I bring in my Talonflame here, but I still know I'm not in the best of positions. I do expect the Quick Guard, though, and Quick Guard does go up, so fortunately enough, my Talonflame did go for the U-turn, and I know, like, Talonflame outspeeds the Garchomp regardless, so I knew that I didn't need to go for a Brave Bird, and I'm really happy to see that, as I am able to pick up the KO onto Garchomp and bring my Talonflame back safely and switch on to my Zapdos. However, you'll see that the play I made here with Miltank was a pretty bad one, to be quite honest, because I did go for another Milk Drink instead of just going for a Seismic Toss, and I'm really not sure what I was thinking that turn. I think I might have actually timed out, clicking the Milk Drink instead as a result, but not entirely sure. Anyway, he's going to bring in Rotom Heat, and I'm still not in the best of positions, especially when I see that this Mienshao actually carries Rock Slide, which can obviously just flinch both my Pokemon to death. But fortunately enough, Zapdos does not get flinched. Actually takes that really well. It takes it with over 50% HP left, and KOs the Mienshao. So now I'm not worried at all, because I KO'd two of the bigger threats, which were his fast Pokemon. However, I look at my last three Pokemon, which are Miltank, Zapdos, and Talonflame, and I see that I have a pretty big weakness to it. Just the Rotom Heat, because none of my three Pokemon deal with it well. I've got Thunderbolt, Seismic Toss, and Brave Bird essentially to hit it. And he also burns my Miltank as I get flinched, which is pretty bad for me. I was definitely going for a Seismic Toss there into Rotom Heat. However, he brings in Klutzer, and most Klutzers in VGC run the Assault Vest set, so I go for the Helping Hand Life Orb Thunderbolt here, not expecting the Protect, and fortunately enough, he does not have Protect, and I do pick up the one-hit KO. That's huge. Battle's still not over yet, though, because obviously I've still got three Pokemon that don't fare too well against Rotom Heat. However, having Miltank here is really clutch in itself, just because Miltank fares against the Rotom forms really well, because it outspeeds them. Miltank with a surprising, really speedy, and the fact that I can just Seismic Toss and Milk Drink away. So now I've got two Pokemon against one Rotom Heat. Even though my Thunderbolt is not very effective, you'll see it actually does around 30%, which is really nice, as I can continuously heal with Miltank to get my Milk Drinks, and he's basically forced to target Miltank if he wants to KO it, because otherwise I'm just going to heal back up. You'll see that is what he does, but by targeting Miltank, that's just going to allow my Zapdos to get a couple more attacks off. I know at this point, because I just have, three Pokemon against one, even though my three Pokemon don't fare too well against a Rotom Heat, in combination, they should be able to take it out. For example, for a Miltank on Rotom one-on-one, I wouldn't be able to win, just because he'd be able to Thunderbolt me, and I wouldn't basically be able to get any offense. But by having Zapdos out alongside Miltank, he's got to focus his attention on one of the two Pokemon, while the other can either heal or just get an attack off. And I burned the Citrus Berry from Rotom that turn, which is really good. Here he goes for the Thunderbolt onto Zapdos, which is not surprising at all, because, finally realizes, oh, Zapdos is the one providing most of the offense. So but picks up the KO on my Zapdos there, but now I can just bring in my Choice Band Talonflame, and a Brave Bird from Choice Band Talonflame actually does a decent amount to Rotom Heat, in combination with the Seismic Toss from Miltank should be enough to KO the Rotom. So I do go for the Brave Bird here, expecting a good chunk of damage. You'll see here Rotom Heat actually takes a good amount with just a sliver of HP left, and Miltank is able to close out the game with the Seismic Toss. So I am able to win 2-0 after not the best of starts. I think I misplayed a lot when I targeted the Garchomp with Close Combat and not Seismic Tossing with that turn, but fortunately I was able to come back really from suboptimal plays, I would say, from my opponent. But that was a fun game. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Alright, peace.